Me, Joe. Just waiting for it to show up on YouTube. All right. The top 5 most anticipated games of 2024. Joe, we got Shaq Oatmeal. We got Mad Mike 54. We got WilldBand. Give me that countdown.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get over here! Hi, I'm martial art master Daniel Casino. You know me as the original Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile, and Smoke. You are tuning in to NerdCage Live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Don't miss an episode or you'll get caged. So let's finish him.
This is Anthony Marquez, better known as Kung Lao for Mortal Kombat. Make sure to like and subscribe to NerdCage Live. Be there. Us.
Hey everybody, this is Dave Niebor from Dog Eat Dog, and you're watching NerdCage Live. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel. These are great guys doing what they love to do.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe.
Okay.
Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom! Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful.
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster. Oh no, Joe. The galaxy's doomed because of you.
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo, that's diabolical. Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
Hi, I'm Leah Montalongo, the OG Sindel. Please like, subscribe to NerdCage Live.
This is Ernie C. from Body Count. You're tuned in to NerdCage. Can you like and subscribe?
Hey guys, it's the original Shao Kahn, Brian Glenn, and I'd like you to subscribe to NerdCage Live.
It has begun.
If what you say is true, the Shaolin
And the NerdCage.
could be dangerous.
Greetings, citizens. You're now trapped in a NerdCage. We hope you have a smashing good time.
You're now about to witness the strength of geek knowledge. Hello and welcome. That's right. Once again, you are trapped in NerdCage Live. This channel is a celebration of all things pop culture. Please hit that like button and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, please share with everybody you know. We appreciate you being here. And of course, all things pop culture also means most anticipated video games of 2024. So I am your co-host, Jay St. G, certified geek, 7 days a week, coming to you live from yours truly, the land of the orange, the land of Earth Crisis, the land of Tom Cruise, the land of Anthrax of Syracuse, New York. And always among us is our moderator and Trollhammer, stronger than a DK Banana. You can't stop it, you can't crop it, you can't top it like a B-52 bomber. He's gonna drop it. Born from the atomic seed in the titanium womb, he's the NerdCage Live Gaming Prophet. Joe of FallenOne Gaming, please introduce our kick-ass guests for tonight's discussion.
Yes, tonight we have Shaq Oatmeal. We have Mad Mike, WilldBand. How are you doing, fellas?
Hello.
Great.
Yo, what's good? We're doing pretty good.
Happy to be here.
Good to be back here once again in the NerdCage circle.
Definitely good to be back. It's been a while.
Absolutely. Well, we definitely appreciate you guys being here tonight. But Joe, let's talk merch real quick. Show off that goddamn shirt that you're wearing.
Oh yeah, bud. Dude, we have tons of new designs over on our TeePublic. Jay can show them off. I'm sure he's got them right next to him. But
yes,
dude,
I
we
do.
have
Just give me a
a
second
lot.
here. Yes, please be sure to check out the NerdCage Live TeePublic. Hold on, I'm gonna do the Miyamoto snap in 3, 2, 1. Did it work? Oh, there it is. Hold on, but I got the I gotta scroll down. But as you can see here, we have all new designs: the Resident Evil design, the Sega Dreamcast design, the Nintendo 64 design, and we even have a new Rocky 4 design. So definitely check that out, guys. And I got a few designs here on hand with me. Let me pull up full screen real quick. Ugh. Thank you very much. Here's the Rocky 3 one. And of course, Zelda. We're huge Zelda fans in here, including Joe. It's his favorite game of all time. He won't admit it, but... And then we got the PlayStation design. Plenty of Mortal Kombat designs here. Sorry, all my stuff are shuffling around here. Hell, we even have pillows, magnets, hoodies, you name it. Mortal Kombat 1. Don't tell the RZA. Mortal Kombat arcade marquee. Another Zelda design. And of course, in celebration of Deadpool 3 on the way, get yourself an MCU design. And that top selling shirt, if you're just a regular homie with the strength and geek knowledge on the back. Hell, any size, any color, even in pink. So, again, get yourself a NerdCage Live t-shirt, any size, any color. Whether you're skinny, booty collar, fat fuck, big or small, we love them all. We go from small all the way to 5XL. Get yourself a NerdCage Live t-shirt. You're going to love the way you look. I guarantee it. Joe, plug in our social media.
Alrighty, if you want to get us on Twitter or Instagram, both handles are @nerd_cage. Our link to our Discord is in the description. Become a member there as well. And our Facebook discussion group, that is NerdCage Nation. We love everything you guys put up there. No spoilers, no politics, and for God's sakes, keep it civil.
Okay, so before we get started, we have 5 games that, basically what's going on here is we all have our own list. We combine the lists together, and we're going to go through this countdown. All these handsome dudes on stream, even Joe, do not know the order of this list. So you're going to see their genuine reactions as we break it down. And we also have an honorable mention, too. So there's going to be an honorable mention, 5 games. Halfway through, we have some announcements to make. But first, we're going to go around in a circle. I want everybody to introduce themselves and plug in whatever they want to plug in and promote their platform, and we'll start with Shaq Oatmeal, the Round One podcast. Thank you for being here tonight, man. The floor is yours.
Anytime.
Absolutely. And of course, we have WilldBand, one of our longest collaborator on NerdCage Live, man. I'm going to give you the floor. Promote whatever you want to promote, buddy.
All right, yeah. Like I said, great. Always good to be back in the NerdCage Nation circle. You find me on my channel, WilldBand. Currently, as of today, I dropped the first of 8 reactions for Netflix's adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender, which so far I am loving. Currently, also, I finished Spider-Man 2 a while ago, but all those live streams are on the channel for you to view. I had a blast playing that game. We also have a podcast, the Petty Cash Podcast, on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon, and iHeartRadio. We're on a bit of a break right now, but we still have 2 seasons worth of episodes for you to listen to. So give that a listen. We have a lot of fun. I highly recommend starting out with the California trip episode. Other than that, I show up on the Monstrosities YouTube channel every once in a while, and yeah, I think that's just about it.
Excellent, excellent. Again, appreciate you being here tonight. And we also have Mad Mike Jones, Mortal Kombat Elitist, man. Floor is yours, buddy.
All right, definitely. It's definitely been a while since you see my face on the NerdCage channel. But for those that's just new, I am Mad Mike. I am definitely a small content creator. I do Twitch streaming, even YouTube also, and I basically just stream like mainly fighting games. So Tekken 8 has been taken over on my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel also, because posting up shorts and everything. And also I have a show on Mondays which I do classic Mortal Kombat games, even including the spinoff and MK Mugen games. So I do a thing called Mortal Monday, which is from MK Online's YouTube channel and Twitch. So we've been streaming weekly shows for MK Online, which is like Mortal Monday, Throwdown Thursdays, and Fan Fight Fridays, which basically is just like they have MK1 content. For me, I usually do classic MK and all that, so I took over that. So for Mortal Mondays, catch me on there like 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Central every Monday on MK Online. We've been streaming on multiple platforms on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, and especially Twitter also. So that's definitely pretty much it. And I just put up my reaction to the Peacemaker trailer for Mortal Kombat 1. I just put that up recently, so please check that out. And also, yeah, that's pretty much it. And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, both handles at Mike_Jones_Mad, or my YouTube and Twitch channel. Both of my handles is MadMike54. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
And for whatever reason, looks like Shaq came in mute on his screen here. So hold on.
Really?
Shaq.
I
don't know why it did, because I just checked it myself here. Shaq, can you just do a quick mic check? Yeah, I don't know why. It's just on the YouTube feed it didn't come through, but on my feed it's coming through. I don't know why.
Yeah, weird tech issues.
Yeah, some kind of weird tech issue. Who knows?
Yeah, links in description. If anyone's interested, they can check me out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I've been here a couple times, so they should.
Yeah. All the links are in the description
usuals,
for everybody.
The usual should know.
Yeah, I'm just hold on, guys. I'm just doing one quick thing here before we move on. Oh, you know what? I think I see why. Well, no. I think I might know why Shax came in muted now. Hold on. I did not know this could happen. I didn't think it made a difference here. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. It's I don't think it was hold on. It's not lit. Hold on. This is being a bitch right now. Hang on.
Kind of had technical difficulties.
Yeah, technical difficulties, guys. Bear with me here.
Should we cue the Jeopardy music?
I could do that. Yeah, here. I got the Jeopardy music.
I know you can do that. That's why I asked.
I can cue a small topic of discussion.
That works.
Well, for those in the chat and amongst us who are Ghostbusters fans, we all know in less than a month, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire comes to theaters, and good lord, the theater chains are going insane with all the merchandise. Not just the stuff you can buy in stores, I'm talking AMC, Harkins, Regal, Cinemas. Everyone is putting out some sort of merchandise you can buy in the theaters. Popcorn buckets, plushies, backpacks, like... They are going ham on the marketing for this movie. I both appreciate it and I'm overwhelmed by it.
Okay. I think we're in the clear now. We should be. I mean, like I said, I don't know why YouTube just muted. And it was only Shaq, so that's why it was just kind of strange here. All right.
YouTube doesn't like me.
Nah. All right. Okay, so Joe, real quick, just going to go over some few shows coming up here. For starters, if you haven't already, Joe, make sure they... Our John Turk live stream.
Check out our live stream with the one, the only John Turk, Sub-Zero, Shang Tsung, and all the ninjas in MK3 to the man, the myth, the legend. He's just amazing.
And of course, last week's live stream.
Yes, with our top 5 anticipated movies of 2024.
Yes, and both of these are available on all podcast platforms for NerdCage Live. And Joe, we're thinking next Tuesday we're going back on twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
X-Men Legends.
Yes, and then next Friday we're finally going to start it.
Yes, a Tropical Freeze is coming with Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, so that will be awesome.
And mark your calendars for Thursday, March 7th, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, we will have Mike Valenti of Brick by Brick.
Thursday, March 14th. 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Yes, Patman QC, 60-something thousand subscribers. Retro game documentary man. Cannot wait to have him on. Wednesday, March 20th at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. He's finally making his debut live.
Yes, the man Eli Rax will be on stream.
From the New York Revival. And, of course, the return of the Mac Thursday, March 28th.
Yes. Doc Mac of Galloping Ghost Arcade will be back on the show.
All right, guys, you heard it here. So let's kick this shit off, guys. We have an honorable mention, guys. So hold on, let me just make a quick little adjustment here. All right, so for our honorable mention, of course, that would be an honorable mention. Star Wars Outlaws is our honorable mention, just missing the top 5.
Is
Yep,
that a personal
I know.
bias?
I heard
Or,
I heard a disappointment in here.
I think that's
So
a
anyway,
personal bias.
Rigged!
We'll start with Shaquille Oatmeal, the Round 1 podcast, man. Star Wars Outlaws is our honorable mention. What's your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on this game coming up?
I'm excited, man. I love the Star Wars games ever since Knights of the Old Republic. Initially, when they dropped the trailer for this game, I was assuming it was going to be like open worldy. But I think since like more information came out about it, they're saying that it's going to be a linear game, which I'm fine with too.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely excited for it. Love the Star Wars franchise. Love the majority of their games. There's some ones that I'm not the biggest fan of, but I'm excited to see what the story has to to bring us.
All right. Okay, by the way, everything sounds good on your end, by the way.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
WilldBand. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Shaq, one more thing I forgot to ask you. Where was this game on your list, on your personal list?
My personal list?
Yes.
I had also did a top 10 just because I was just going through and just putting games that I like it, but it was towards the bottom of that. Definitely wasn't top 5, but it's definitely in the top 10 that I have.
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
If I had to put it in like a top 5, it would definitely be number 5. It would definitely be number 5 in the top 5.
All right, WilldBand. Star Wars Outlaws is our honorable mention. Where did you have this on your list, and how are you feeling about this game, buddy?
So I actually had this at my number 5 spot as well, but due to a recent announcement, this has been kicked to number 6 for me. I enjoy Star Wars games; they're always a blast. I've yet to finish Jedi Survivor, but that's for many reasons. This game looks cool. The stuff we've seen, especially the ground to space flight stuff you can do, looks awesome. Will I get this? Will I pre-order this or even play it day one? At the moment, I don't know, especially since we're still later this year down the line for this game release. But I'm really looking forward to it. It looks like it could be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. All right, Mad Mike Jones. Star Wars Outlaws is our honorable mention. Where'd you have this on your list, and how are you feeling towards this game?
I'll be honest with you. I wasn't really big on the Star Wars games, but the Battlefront. I mean, of course, Battlefront was one of those games that's multiplayer, just for fun.
Hell yeah.
For fun, because I definitely love the aspect of rolling with your friends and just kind of shooting shit, and not only that, it's just being the you could definitely be Darth Vader in some sorts, I would say. And I never played 2, but 1 was just only for me is as for beta experience. I never actually played the full game, but it's just it definitely has a lot of potential, I would say.
All right, I'll take it. All right, Joe, FallenOne Gaming, Star Wars Outlaws is our honorable mention, man. Thoughts?
All right, I had this at number 9, and I love the Star Wars franchise for games and everything when it comes to the Jedi Survivor type stuff, but to have a spin-off where it showcases outlaws, Han Solo-esque characters and everything, it's pretty neat. So I want to flesh that out and see how that travels and compares with the other games. But at the same time, will I play it at launch? Probably not, but I will definitely get around to it.
All right, Star Wars Outlaws, as far as I'm concerned, when I first saw the trailer for it, I thought it was the worst trailer I've ever seen. This game absolutely looks like crap. I'm sorry. I am not interested in playing this game. There's just nothing. There's nothing about this game that says, oh my god, I need to get this. I'm sorry. I worry for you guys who are excited for this game. Seriously though, I really hope you guys are not disappointed, because I'm afraid you guys will be disappointed when this game comes out. This has got Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League written all over it, and I'm absolutely anticipating for this game to be absolute crap.
Come on.
So
I don't know. I really don't know.
I will say this though, and spoiler, it didn't make the list, but I'll just say it right now. I have Star Wars Battlefront re-releases on my list. That I'm excited for, because that's a proven commodity. This game is not a proven commodity. It just, like I said, I think Microsoft has taken a huge risk with this game. So I don't think it's going to be good at all. But Battlefront 2, I can't wait to play Battlefront 2 online again, old school. So I'm excited for that. So just so you Star Wars fans don't at me, I will say that I'm excited for Battlefront, just not this.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, on to our top 5. And at number 5, South Park Snow Day kicks off the list at number 5. Shaq Oatmeal, the Round 1 podcast. Sound off on number 5, South Park.
Your soliloquy that you just said about Star Wars Outlaws is kind of how I feel about this South Park game. I feel like I did enjoy the JRPG style South Park games they made. What was it, Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole. Those were really good, but I feel like every other South Park game that kind of came out other than those games were really bad. Like especially the snowball fight one. Like if you go back and you play that on the N64, like now, it did not age well at all. And I feel like maybe they have a better streak in like the modern generation of gaming, but I have a bad feeling about that one. Like I definitely love the JRPG like takes they had, but I'm not really looking forward to the new one personally.
Based on history, you are right, but we'll get to my thoughts. But WilldBand, we got South Park Snow Day at number 5. Go ahead, man.
All right, I had this at my number 4 spot. I enjoyed the last 2 games. Stick of Truth, like you get enough gear in that game, you're so overpowered.
Yeah.
Fractured Butthole, to a certain point in the game, I loved it. After that, not so much, but that's for personal reasons, whatever. This one looks interesting because unlike the previous 2 games, this is going to be in a 3D style, not the normal South Park 2D style. So that's already really interesting. This just looks like a lot of fun. It's going to be filled with the classic South Park tropes, jokes, and all that good stuff. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay. Mad Mike Jones, we got South Park at 5. Where'd you have it on your list, and what's your thoughts?
South Park, I didn't really have South Park in my list, but South Park, like, I think for the games like Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole, both of those games are really good in their own right. And Snow Day is definitely takes a different route, how like the game looks with 3D, and just like I wonder how they're gonna top this with the other 2 games that they put out previously. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the gameplay coming from a spectator point of view, because I definitely really love how the games are being turned out, and it's so really entertaining, really entertaining of with the scenarios that they're gonna have for Snow Day, and I'm definitely looking forward to it.
All right, Joe of FallenOne Gaming, my wonderful co-host all these years. We have South Park Snow Day at number 5, man. Where'd you have it on your list, and what are your thoughts?
I actually had this at my number 5, and I'm pleasantly anticipating this. I mean, I love the other 2 titles, and based on the trailer, they kind of mentioned Stick of Truth, so it almost is like a spiritual successor in a way. And yes, they're changing up the game style. That's kind of a risk, but if they can do this right, and nobody really goes in worrying about the game mechanics, you want to see the references. That's what you're in it for. It's all like South Park lore and what jokes they're going to make and everything. And if it comes anywhere close to the jokes that were done in Stick of Truth, this will be amazing.
Yeah, so so Shaq's not wrong about what he said earlier. He's not wrong. Based on history, South Park games have been bad, with the exception of Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole. Now, I didn't play Fractured Butthole. I played Stick of Truth. But I'm just going to say this. Because of the last 2 games, Fractured Butthole and Stick of Truth, that's why I actually have faith that this game will be good, and that, I think South Park I think South Park's hitting some stride right now. I mean, yes, it's a different style of gameplay. Maybe they learned, maybe they didn't, but I think it will be good based on recent South Park history. As far as my list, I had this at number 4. Sorry, I had to double check my list because I had so many lists in front of me. So that's my number 4. All right.
Jay on the same page.
Yes. All right. That being said, speaking of number 4, we move on. At number 4, Hades 2 is number 4. Shaq Oatmeal, the Raw One podcast. Go ahead.
I definitely enjoyed Hades 1, so I'm looking forward to this one. It wasn't on my list either, but because I know I'm not going to get it right when it comes out. I'll probably wind up playing it like I did the last Hades. I played the Hades 1 probably like 6 months ago. And that game's been out for like 2 years or something already, right? Maybe a little longer.
So. I think 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I think maybe 2 or 3. So I only played it like maybe 6 months ago, and it was great. But I feel like I'm probably going to wind up doing the same with the other one. It's not like a, super like must buy for me, but I'm definitely looking forward to it because I really enjoyed the first one.
Yeah, I know. Well, very well said. Very well said here. So I'm just making the changes here. All right. WilldBand, we have Hades at number 2, man. Where'd you have on your list? What are your thoughts?
I didn't have this one on my list.
All good.
I don't know this franchise. Legit, when you said Hades 2, in my brain it popped up the title card for Diablo 4. So yeah, I don't know this one. So you can go on to Mad Mike.
All good. All good. Mad Mike Jones, I know you're excited for this one.
Okay, I had this game on my list. I had this game number 1 because
wow.
Yeah, because I did play the first one, and like when they put it out, like when they first put that out like on the PC and Switch, that like one of my friends suggested me like you should play this game on Hades and stuff like that, and like the art direction and the gameplay was kind of pretty different because I did play like from the developer, the Super Giant Games. I did play one of their games, which was Transistor. Transistor was one of the games that I played it before, so I kind of like it definitely with the gameplay design was kind of really looks similar. Not only that, man, the soundtrack was really fucking good. The soundtrack was really fucking good too, and like, but with this game, it's just like how the concept is. It's just like, okay, no matter how far you go and you're trying to like fight Hades and stuff, you start over. You die, you start over. But the thing is, something different happens every time you die. So that's how the concept is. But you get like buffs along the way. Weapons and even like abilities or whatever, and it's just like, to me, it's like that's why I put like Hades 2 as number 1, because like I feel like it's gonna have potential. I feel like I'm looking forward to that the most because I really love that game so much. Like I had so many amount of hours. Like I never really beat it, but it's just so fun. Just like, you die, but there's something else that's like adds up to it the more you play it, and like it's really, to me, is like I'm really looking forward to Hades 2. So I want to know what they're gonna add on with that game. But I'm always love like from Super Giant Games, they never really miss.
Yeah, absolutely. And not to mention, it's a very small development team. I mean, it's and they're good people too. Joe, following game, we have Hades 2 as our number 4, man.
See, I didn't have this on my list for the sheer fact that the only exposure I really have to it is your solo streams.
Well, thank you, Joe.
I know.
I never finished it.
I have to play the first one to be able to appreciate the second one. And the other thing is I have kind of a love-hate relationship with top-down view games. They're either really, really good or they're really, really bad. There's really no in between. So,
which is why Zelda's your favorite game of all time.
So I really have to immerse myself in the first one before I can give the second one a chance.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so this was my number 3. I'm stoked for this game. But the only thing is now I have to go finish the first one because I never did. But as Joe just mentioned, I did play this, live on Twitch on my solo streams, and you know what? But Mike's right though. There's a rhythm to this game. Every time you die, the game gets easier per se because different stuff happens. They throw you more like power-ups and stuff like that as the game goes on. The more you die, plus you catch on to like I said, you catch on to the rhythm, you catch on to all the mini bosses and so on and so forth. So the more you play it, the better you get at it. and it's what's this whole thing of dying and starting over. It's just a unique thing that's new to gaming, and I can't see like I think it's ground for an indie game. It's groundbreaking, so I'm not surprised they're making a second one. And goddamn, that artwork is amazing. So yeah, I'm stoked for Hades 2. I gotta finish the first one. All right, so we're basically halfway through, guys. So here's what we're gonna do. We have some announcements to make, so we'll go through it real quick. So last minute decision. Joe, FallenOne Gaming, tell them what's going on next Monday.
We are going to be doing a spoiler discussion of Dune Part 2.
Yes, be there. See the movie. You have plenty of time to go see it. We're going to do this live stream on Monday, tentatively at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Go see the movie or at least read the book. We're going to spoil the shit out of it. We're going to talk everything Dune Part 2. Can't wait. I'm very excited. By the way, Joe Blow just broke the news that the movie's going to be, it looks like it's going for a $170 million opening weekend, which is fantastic. So nice. Bring on the goddamn spice. And we have one more announcement to make, but let's just recap everything that's coming up here. Again, we'll go through it real quick. March 7th, Joe.
Yes, Mike Valenti of Brick by Brick.
March 14th.
Patman QC.
March 20th.
Eli Rex.
March 28th.
Doc Mac returns.
All right. Breaking news. Mark your calendars, everybody. Wednesday, April 3rd.
That's my birthday.
We will be having Finn McKenty on the show.
Yes. Finn McKenty, a.k.a. the Punk Rock MBA. 550,000 subscribers. Covers hardcore metal punk rock music. He does Twitch streams talking about music. He's interviewed a lot of bands and stuff like that. I'm absolutely excited. This is a huge honor. I can't believe he agreed to it. But yes, I got him on NerdCage Live. Finn McKenty, again, the Punk Rock MBA. He's got 500,000 subscribers. He's going to be on NerdCage Live on Wednesday, April 3rd. Please be there if you can. I'm absolutely goddamn stoked. NerdCage Live is going places, people. We have a lot. I'm just gonna say this: behind the scenes, I'm booking a lot more shows. I'm not ready to announce them yet, but we got a lot coming here on NerdCage Live Season 5. 2024 is our goddamn year. Let's fucking go. All right. And by the way, thank you to everybody getting us to 2,000 subscribers. I think we can hit 3,000 this year. All right. Oh, Toku Punk's a fan. All right. Let's go.
There we go.
Thank you.
Hey, man, I got a question. When is the next food rating review? Like the food reviews you guys do? Do you have any ones planned?
We have 2 that we're going to do. We just haven't filmed them yet.
Okay.
All right.
Jay's got some stuff in stock.
Yeah, I'm just glad somebody in the chat is excited here. So yes, Toku Punk. It's gonna be a legendary stream. I cannot wait to chop it up with Finn McKenty. Again, stoked. I got this man on the show. All right.
I ran into this guy's videos, of a few of his videos, like one day, because like he was talking about like new metal stuff. So
yeah. He does a lot of new metal videos.
Yeah, because I was like, hold up, he's talking about Linkin Park, Korn, and all that stuff. I was like, I listened to those, but he gave his takes on it, so I respect it.
All right. Good. I'm glad. Like I said, the hype starts now, man. Wednesday, April 3rd. All right, we can resume the list now. So, guys, at number 3, Sonic Generations X Shadow is our number 3. Shaq Oatmeal, the Round One podcast. Spill your guts. Where'd you have it? How you feeling about it?
Personally, I didn't have it on my list either. I do love the Sonic games, although I haven't played a Sonic game since like Sonic Adventure 2 and the Dreamcast. I do enjoy the Sonic games. I'm not too familiar with this one. I don't know if it's like an old open world type Sonic or like the traditional one. I did also play the Sonic like point and click thing that they did like last year. That was really good. But I like all the Sonic games, so I'm definitely gonna give it a try when it comes out.
Excellent. Actually, Joe's played Sonic Generations, so it's basically like 2D.
It's a 3D style, but I like the it's back
it's
and
like an
forth
open world
between like the old Sonic and the old Sonic and the new Sonic, and it kind of combines timelines and stuff. And
that sounds cool.
The thing is, it's kind of cool. Like you can see old Sonic, which is like the tiny sprite, and then the new Sonic and everything. You can see them together, which is
sounds good.
It's odd, but it's really cool how the way they do it. And I know they kind of flop with a lot of their 3D stuff, but I think this was one of the ones that I could say is a little more upper echelon than the other ones they come up with. I'm just glad they got away from the whole open world Frontiers thing that was a giant flop.
Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah.
Before we move on to WilldBand, I'm just going to say that it's crazy that I guess this game's coming out in October, 2 months before Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the movie. And I'm
pretty sure that's by design.
So they're trying to. I see what they're doing.
Sega
trying to hype up the movie and hype up Shadow the Hedgehog for those who may or may not know who Shadow is, or may. Now, I never played Sonic Generations, so I'm kind of excited to try it now. That being said, WilldBand, Sonic Generations is our number 3. Where'd you have it, and how you feeling about it, bud?
Didn't have this one on my list either. My sisters grew up Sonic fans, so I'm familiar enough with the games. I think the last Sonic game I played was like Sonic Riders 2. That game was a lot of fun. But I'm a fan of Shadow. Shadow's cool. Come on, Hayden Christensen, voice him in the movie. But in terms of the game, it could be fun.
All right. Mad Mike Jones. We got Sonic Shadow X Generations, whatever it's called, at number 3. How you feeling, bud?
Okay, I had this game on my list, number 4. I had it on number 4, but I haven't really played a lot of Sonic games, but like I think like I remember playing like the first 2 Sonic games, but I think I played several with Sonic 1 and 2, Sonic Adventure 1, and the last actual Sonic game was Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania was like the last. Sonic Mania was definitely really fun. But Sonic Generations, I haven't played the first one that was out like on the PS3 back in the day. But with this new one, when they added Shadow, that's what's like, okay, I'm definitely hype about it because Shadow is gonna be in there, and it's just like this man is a menace. This man is a menace. He's definitely like known for like, you know, he got like, if I could play as him, like holding 2 guns or whatever, but it's like I'm looking forward to like, you know, definitely see what they can definitely see what they can do with Shadow, since it's like this is kind of like actually the first time since like the last game that they did was like collaborating like Sonic, like with Sonic and Knuckles. Now it's Sonic and Shadow this time. Because Sonic and Knuckles like came out of like Sega CD or Sonic 3 was Sonic Knuckles, right?
Yes. Yeah, Sonic 3 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles, yep.
Yeah, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Okay, yeah. So definitely with this one, it's kind of like with the title, it's like Sonic and Shadow, but it's like it's Sonic and Shadow Generation. So it's definitely like it's really why it's like it's number 4 on my list. I'm definitely like looking forward to like you know, play a Sonic game where it's like a Shadow and it's like I want to play this character just to mess around. And that's kind of pretty much like what I think about it.
All right. Joe, FallenOne Gaming, we have Sonic X Shadow Generations at number 3, man. How you feeling?
Yes, I have this at my number 6 on my top 10. And like I said before, 2D Sonic never misses. It's always great. Sonic Mania is a testament to that. But the 3D era's games, they're kind of very hit or miss, and especially with like Frontiers being what it was, and they tried to catch up with Superstars, and that didn't really live up to the hype. So they're due for a hit in the 3D era games, and I'm hoping this will be it because the original Generations was pretty amazing. And to add Shadow to that, you know, when the movie's right around the corner, that should go hand in hand. And I know I can see what they kind of did here when they did Sonic X Shadow, kind of the same as Godzilla X Kong. I'm pretty sure that was kind of a nod to that in a way. So, you know, it's very clever. And I'm just hopeful that this can actually be good.
Absolutely. I actually had this. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Also, I forgot to say one more thing. Like, since like the Sonic movie and Sonic Shadow is coming around 2 months, like a 2-month gap. Also, the Knuckles spinoff coming out on the Paramount Plus. I don't know if y'all saw the trailer for it.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, it looks fun.
I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Oh, yes. Plus, I love Idris Elba as Knuckles. And for the record, Knuckles is my favorite Sonic character. I'm a sucker for the strongmen. And as far as I'm concerned, Knuckles is the strong guy of the Sonic universe.
Oh, yeah.
Donkey Kong's my favorite, like, Nintendo. Well, I should say it's a Mario character because, you know, Donkey Kong's the strongman. I tend to gravitate towards the strongman, so... Yeah, Knuckles is my favorite Sonic character. As far as Sonic X Generation with Shadow, I actually had this as my number 5. Joe was kind of the one convinced me to give this game a chance, and I'm glad I didn't. You know why? I should say I'm referring to Sonic Generations. I never gave it a chance. Now I have a legit reason to give it a chance because it's getting a whole fresh update with Shadow. So I'm glad I waited to play Sonic Generations. I'm not going to play it now. I'm going to wait for Sonic X Generations. And to be fair, to add to what Joe said, 3D Sonic needs a win badly because Sonic Frontiers was fucking booty sauce. So I always felt like Sonic was never meant for 3D.
It's alright, but it ain't all that. I mean, 3D Sonic, it's a hit and miss. Yeah. It's definitely a hit and miss. It depends.
Yeah, so they need this win. 3D Sonic needs this win badly.
What do you mean, man? Sonic 06 was great.
Honestly, my favorite 3D Sonic game was Sonic Adventure 2 on the Dreamcast. Was my favorite 3D Sonic game. Sonic Adventure 1 was good. I thought Sonic Adventure 2 was great.
I love the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack
and
for Sonic
fuck Big
Adventure 2.
the Cat. I hate that. I hate Big the Cat.
Froggy? Where's Froggy?
All right, ladies and gentlemen of NerdCage Nation, at number 2, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle's number 2. Shaq Oatmeal, the FallenOne podcast. Go ahead, spill your guts. Where'd you have it?
That was on my list. I would probably say that was number 3. I was excited from the moment I seen the trailer. It kind of looks like Microsoft's, I guess, answer to Uncharted, like the Uncharted series. And it's made by Machine Games, who made all the Wolfenstein games, which are phenomenal. If you haven't played any of the modern Wolfenstein games, they're amazing. Great stories, great game mechanics, and like fun shooter. It's really good series, and they're in charge of this, so I'm really excited, especially with, I believe Todd Howard is also a big part of like its development as well. So I'm hopeful that with Machine Games and Tom Howard, it's going to be really, really good. I said Tom Howard, but it's Todd Howard.
His brother, Tom momentary. Howard. He makes left-hand whisks.
Yeah.
All right, WilldBand. We have Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I believe it's an Xbox exclusive. Is our number 2, man. How you feeling?
Was an Xbox exclusive. exclusive. I believe they've now come out and said that after I think a certain amount of time, it will come to other platforms, which I am happy about because I had this at my number 3. Second, I saw the trailer, I'm like, Indiana Jones is back, man. I saw Dial of Destiny. I liked it, didn't love it, but I also didn't hate it. But like just seeing like it's Indiana Jones during his prime, voiced by Troy Baker, which he is doing an incredible in Harrison Ford. He sounds perfect as Indiana Jones.
I thought it was Harrison Ford. Honestly.
I did too at first. Like, is that just like
I thought it was AI.
Exactly. AI. No. Troy Baker as Indiana Jones is absolutely killing it. Absolutely killing it. I think it comes out later this summer, later this fall. Okay.
Yeah,
so
it looks great.
Other platforms may get it more than likely sometime later next year. Which PlayStation owner myself, don't have an Xbox. But yeah, I am excited for Indiana Jones. I hope it's really good.
Excellent. All right. Mad Mike Jones. We have Indiana Jones at number 2. Where'd you have it, bud?
I'll be honest, I don't have this game on my list. I wasn't really big on the Indiana Jones, the franchise. Like, I only saw like one of the classic movies. I cannot remember, but I think it has what was the actor's name? Because I seen him on Beef and Walking Dead. Steven Hahn, he was a kid. He was a kid in that movie, but it was just one of them. But you said it was Xbox exclusive too?
At first, yeah.
Initially.
Oh, at the start before they
at launch it'll be Xbox exclusive, and then I think Microsoft is basically taking a stance that they don't want to hold exclusivity for too long. They want to make all their titles eventually available to all gamers.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah.
But they haven't specified like how long. They just kind of said like it'll come eventually.
Yeah.
I'm guessing a year. I'm guessing.
That's what I'm thinking.
Probably
in a year or two.
That makes sense.
Probably a year.
Okay, but yeah, I didn't really have this game on my list because, like, again, I'm not really like a big Indiana Jones type of person, but I'm happy for y'all who's getting the game, and it's like it's Xbox exclusive. So as a PlayStation owner myself, like, you know what, let them be happy.
Yes. All right, Joe of FallenOne Gaming. We have Indiana Jones at number 2. Where'd you got it?
Yeah, I didn't have this on my list for a couple reasons. One, I'll admit it, I completely forgot it was coming out. and
God damn it, Joe!
You know how much of a PlayStation guy I am. So, I mean, without having an Xbox anymore, I have to get one in order to play it. So, eventually, I'll get into it. But, you know, I didn't have it on my list this time around.
All right.
I am excited to see how they adapt to a video game, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This wasn't in my top 5. This was my number 8. Now, I'm not saying I'm not excited. It was kind of there by default. So, I don't know. I'll say this. I loved the Indiana Jones game on Sega Genesis as a kid. I haven't really played any other Indiana Jones game since.
Wasn't there like an Indiana Jones game in like the mid 2000s?
Yes, on that regular Xbox. Yeah, I was Googling it today.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hope it's good. I mean, I'm a fan of the character. Fuck the recent 2 movies, though, but I'm a diehard Indiana Jones fan of the first 3 movies, and I hope this game's good. That's all I really got to say, honestly. I mean, it's, like I said, it's number 8, kind of there by default. There's really not a whole lot of games that are announced right now. But that being said, any wild guesses at number 1?
No idea.
One comes to mind.
I think I have a guess.
All right. What's your guess?
Is it Princess Peach Showtime?
That's my number 1.
Damn, okay.
Dang.
All right.
I know my guess is excited for that one, so.
At number 1, comes out this week, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Shaq Oatmeal, the FallenOne podcast. Go ahead.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I'm super excited for. Although I don't own a PlayStation and I don't intend on buying one, so I'm gonna have to wait. I love the first one about 80% of the game because this is just a personal take, but the final like 15 to 20% of the game I did not enjoy. But in some regards, it's dramatically better than the original. But I'm still excited to see what the, I guess, disc 2 of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has to offer. I'll play it when it eventually comes to like PC or something. But that's definitely on my list. It was on my number 2 spot.
All right. WilldBand, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth out this week at number 1.
I also don't have this one on my list. I've not played any of the Final Fantasy games. For me, it's just like, it exists. Cool.
Fair enough. All right. Mad Mike Jones, Final Fantasy Rebirth coming out this week at number 1.
Okay. I didn't have this game on my list, but I did play Final Fantasy VII, the remake. I did play that, but I didn't actually beat the whole thing because like I didn't really play a lot of Final Fantasy. But like I think the most Final Fantasy game I played was like Dissidia. That was like a long time ago. But think like with Final Fantasy VII, how it was just got so popular that they're just like, you know, remake how like the reception of the remake is, and now they started to like, you know, put in out Rebirth and just like I don't know what they're gonna like what it has to offer, because I'm sure it's like when people play into this stuff, there's gonna be a lot of chaotic shit going on, and it's just like there's gonna be emotional shit throughout the game too, because you know, with like the whole crew, Cloud, Barrett, Aerith, Tifa, and stuff, and you know, and it's definitely with like, you know, pretty much is like I'm definitely looking forward from a spectator point of view, is kind of like looking through the playthrough. So excited for them. Again, I'm excited for them. The same way I say like with the Indiana Jones, I would say I'm happy for them, I would say.
All right, well said, my man. Joe, FallenOne Gaming, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, number 1.
All right, this was my number 1. And dude, Final Fantasy VII in the world of Final Fantasy is goated in my opinion. It's the best one. And I remember fondly playing the original game, which was loaded with so much content. And I'll agree with Shaq that towards the end, 20% of the game, it gets ferociously difficult. I actually never finished the original. I've seen it finished, but I never actually finished it. So to be able to have new mechanics and everything and maybe give it a chance to actually complete it is very exciting to me. And I know the first installment, Final Fantasy VII Remake, it has its controversy around it, being that it's kind of self-contained in one area and everything, but it's kind of an introduction, so I can give that a pass. But even so, even being self-contained, there was loads of content in it. I did finish the whole thing, and this next one, I expect to be mind-blown because it opens the entire world to it, and the content in this is probably going to be 2 to 3 times as big as the original one.
Definitely.
So it should be exceptional. I'm really on edge to play it. I want to get the collector's edition, even though the scalpers are out there picking it away. Ugh. And you know, it is what it is. But Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I played the demo. Looks promising. I'm all for it. I'm all in on this one.
All right, this was actually number 10 on my list. It was basically there by default. I'm hoping Joe will bring it over sometime, or invite me over to play it, or at least watch.
At least a section of it. I don't know if you'll be able to play the whole thing. That's
I remember playing the original Final Fantasy VII at your place way back in the day. So I'm actually looking forward to having those visits to see the game again. I'm not really a Final Fantasy guy, but I do have the Final Fantasy Pixel collection on the Switch, physical. So very much, I'm happy for the Final Fantasy fans, and I understand why the hype is real for this game. So it was the combined list. It was our number one. So wow, we did pretty good on time. So guys, thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight, and thank you to all these fine gentlemen who took the time off their busy schedule to be here. That being said, we're gonna go to Circle. I want everybody to promote whatever you want to promote, but also go through your personal top 5/top 10 list. So we will start with Shaq. Oh yeah, and give your thoughts on these on our list, on our official list as well. So Shaq, go ahead. What are your thoughts? And go ahead, promote what you want to promote, and share what you want to share.
I think it's a solid top 5. Some of the games are personally aren't on my list, but they're all solid games. I think it's going to be a good year in gaming. I think there's going to be a lot of releases. There's a lot of things that we didn't even mention that are coming and people are excited for. So I think it's going to be a good year all in all in gaming. I don't really have anything to promote at the moment. Just, tune into the Twitch streams. We normally don't stream on Wednesdays, but we're going to be streaming tomorrow and continuing our playthrough of Shadow of Colossus. So if you're a fan of, retro games, PS2 stuff, come tune into that playthrough. And as for my top 5, I had Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was in that. Dragon's Dogma 2, I'm super excited for because I love Dragon's Dogma 1. I have the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, which I love the Metal Gear Solid games. And Snake Eater was definitely one of my favorites of the Metal Gear Solid franchise. My number 4 was Indiana Jones. And then I have Hellblade 2 as my 5th because I'm excited for that. And one of my honorable mentions was Wukong. I think Fallen Dynasty, I think is the name of it, which looks a lot like Elden Ring, and I love Elden Ring. And speaking of that, the DLC for Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, I'm super excited for. So it's a lot of content, a lot of games coming out. It's definitely going to be a fun-filled year.
All right, WilldBand. By all means, promote whatever you want to promote and share your personal list with us as well, and give your thoughts on our official list.
All right, as always, you can find me here on YouTube, WilldBand, currently in react to the Netflix app. I do that on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I have the podcast, Petty Cash Podcast, on all of your podcast listening platforms. 2 seasons worth of episodes. Go check them all out. The NerdCage list, I like it. I'm not playing a lot of those games personally, but I know there's hype around some of those, so I hope all the fans of those games like them. For my top 5, which turned into a top 6 due to a recent announcement. At number 6, I had Star Wars Outlaws. Number 5, I had South Park. Number 4, I had Indiana Jones. Number 3, I have Star Wars Hunters, which I feel so bad for that game. That game has been in soft launch since like 2021. It's supposed to come out last year, and now it's supposed to come out this year. I hope it finally comes out because that game looks like a lot of fun. Number 2, I had the Until Dawn PS5 remake. I love the original game. Cannot wait for the remaster. Already those graphics look incredible. But now my number 1 was recently announced, I think within the last 2 weeks. I think within the last week, Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. I'm a huge fan of the Battlefront series. I remember playing the original Battlefront 2 as a kid when Revenge of the Sith was coming out. So I'm so excited we're gonna have like multiplayer stuff again with the classic games. I cannot wait to get that come next month.
Yes, that we can agree on, WilldBand. And again, links to these gentlemen's platforms are all in the description of this video, and if you are listening, in this podcast description as well. Mad Mike Jones, by all means, promote whatever you want to promote. Give your overall thoughts on this list, and please share your list with the world, my friend.
All right, you can find me on Twitch and YouTube at MadMike54, which I kind of stream like 2 or 3 times a day, and follow my IG Twitter handles at MikeJones_Mad, and catch me streaming, having Mortal Monday shows on twitch.tv/official_MK_online. So that's what I do over there. And your list, the NerdCage, y'all list is pretty good. Two out of the 5 games I was really looking forward to, but my top 5 list, I'm gonna go from the bottom to the top. Number 5, I had the PS5 version of Hi-Fi Rush. That's gonna be coming out in March, somewhere in March, because that was the game that I'll be honest with you, when I was making this list, that was like the last one, like it was last minute, but I was really looking forward to this game because it was rhythm, like it was music. It was like music and it was action and stuff, because like it was Xbox exclusive, and now it's kind of decided to put it on the PS5, which I was definitely looking forward to like play that game. Number 4, Sonic X Shadow Generations. That's number 4 on my list. So I was definitely looking forward to play as Shadow. Number 3, this was not mentioned. Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. That's one of the games that was like, they announced it at the Game Awards because like it's like hack and slash, a third-person shooter. Because I've been wanting to get into like the Warhammer series, and it's just like it looks really dope. It's like I need like a third-person gory shooter that's just like, you know, just to fuck shit up. But yeah, Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 is on that list. Number 2, Black Myth Wukong. That's one of those games to where like I never really play a lot of Souls games, but this one right here was like I really wanted to get into. If I wanted to get into like a Souls type of game, this would be the game. Black Myth Wukong, because of how the gameplay is like phenomenally, looks fucking sick. Number 1, Hades 2. Definitely Hades 2 is like up there for me, because Hades 1 is definitely a masterpiece. The more you play it, the more it's like it gets different from then on. Like every time you die, something happens, start all over, but you get to like the bosses like real fast, but there's a twist to it. So Hades 2, I am definitely looking forward to like what they're gonna have in store. And that's kind of pretty much my list right there.
Excellent. Definitely an awesome list. All right, Joel, FallenOne Gaming, your thoughts on the NerdCage list, and of course, go through your list, buddy.
Yeah, I think our list, our official list, is pretty solid. It gives to all spectrums of gamers, so it's a very well-rounded list in my opinion. My list is a little bit different, but I went with a top 10, and I threw some deep cuts in there too. So number 10, I had Dragon's Dogma 2. Number 1 was great, and number 2s have been in development hell for so long that I've just been anticipating the release of number 2. So that had to be on the list. Number 9 was Star Wars Outlaws. Take that as you will. Not super excited, but excited enough to give it a chance and see how these spin-offs do in the gaming realm. Number 8, I actually, against my better judgment, put a VR game on there just to kind of hope that maybe they can do well. This one looks better than most VR games that I've been able to play. It's Metro Awakening, and I love the Metro series, so I'm really hoping this one can be pretty damn good. Number 7 was Rise of the Ronin. I had to put some sort of hack and slash, Japan experienced game on here, and Rise of the Ronin, like, looks like it's going to be kick-ass. So I had to put that on there. Number 6 was Sonic X Shadow Generations. Number 5, South Park Snow Day. Number 4 was Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Even though I don't own an Xbox, the Senua's Saga is amazing, and dude, it has to be on there. The 15 minutes of gameplay they put on there looked just, it blew my mind. So I'm really looking forward to that. Number 3, nobody's talked about it, but they're actually doing a Clock Tower remake, and Clock Tower was one of the introductions to survival horror. So I'm, pleasantly looking forward to how they adapt that to a remake. Number 2, Silent Hill 2 remake. Has to be up there. One of the best cult classics of all time. And number 1, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So, my top 10.
And Joe, before we get to me, why don't we let's just recap our big announcements and our upcoming shows here. So, real quick, everybody, mark your calendars for this coming Monday. Joe.
Yes, for our Dune 2 spoiler discussion.
Yes, go see the movie, read the book, then come hang with us Monday as we, give our thoughts on the movie and talk everything spoilers of Dune Part 2. We plan on seeing it in IMAX on Sunday. Joe, March 7th.
Yes, Mike Valenti of Brick by Brick.
March 14th.
Batman QC.
Happy Little Games. Be there for that interview. Cannot wait to break it down with Patman QC. He's got 60,000 subscribers. He's a retro arcade game documentary guy. Very, very excited to have him on. Wednesday, April 20th. Or April 20th.
Yes, Eli Rax. Eli Rax will be on the show, his first interview.
Yes. And be sure to subscribe to the New York Revival if you are a New York sports fan. And, of course, Thursday, March 28th, the Mac returns.
Yes, Doc Mack of Galloping Ghost Arcade will be back on the show.
And breaking announcement, Wednesday, April 3rd.
Yes, Finn McKenzie.
Let's fucking go. And real quick, Joe, Tuesday, twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
Yes, we are back at it with X-Men Legends.
And next Friday,
a Tropical Freeze is coming.
Donkey
Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Hell fucking yeah. Cannot wait. All right. So as far, I'm happy with the overall list. I think we all did a good job picking our games wisely. So I'll go through the games I'm excited for. I'll try to rip through this real quick. So at number 10, I put Final Fantasy VII by default. At number 9, I have Warhammer on there. So you weren't the only one. Number 8, Indiana Jones. Number 7, Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 Remastered. Number 6, Joe, I'm excited. Luigi's Mansion 2. Report/remake to the Switch. I cannot wait to play Luigi's Mansion 2 for Spooky Games Month 2024, as I've never played Luigi's Mansion 2 because I never had a Nintendo DS. Number 5, Sonic Generations X Shadow, whatever it's called. Number 4, South Park. Number 3, Hades. My number 2, assuming it comes out this year, Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake. And my personal number 1, do not judge me, Princess Peach, it's showtime. Yes, the first ever Princess Peach game. I'm excited to play as Peaches. I can't believe it took this long for her to get her own game. So I think the game looks pretty fucking rad. I'm a huge fan of 2D platformers, so let's fucking go. I'm going to rock with Princess Peach next month.
Yeah, and I do have to put a disclaimer out there that the only reason I didn't have the Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake on the list is because it has no specific release date yet. So I am
and it was announced
super hyped for it whenever they drop that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yes. So that's my personal list. Also, before we shut it down, guys, I also want to talk real quick that it seems like the temperature in the air that the Nintendo Switch 2 is not coming out in 2024, but they're talking about releasing in 2025, March. And I'm reading two things, and we'll give our thoughts. We'll call it because we got a little bit of timer. Just to give our thoughts real quick, guys. From what I've read two different sources. That one, one source are saying that the Switch is getting postponed because Nintendo wants to avoid the holiday scalpers. The other thing I'm reading about too is the first-party launch games are not ready yet, which rumor has it it's New Mario, New Donkey Kong, and Metroid Prime 4. So, I don't know, what's you guys' thoughts on the Switch, the so-called Switch delay, even though it hasn't been officially announced yet, and the temperature of the air of the new Switch?
I think it's interesting. The first Switch came out in what, 2018?
2018?
Yeah.
I think it was before that, wasn't it? Wasn't it like 2017?
Yeah. November 2017.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the console's been out for 7 years. I guess it's about. I mean, then recently we got the Switch OLED. I guess it's about time we get the next successor to the Switch. So it doesn't surprise me that they're taking their time with it. If it's officially delayed into next year, I personally wouldn't mind it. I don't own a Switch myself. I would like to own a Switch. So I'd be curious to see like how much more powerful a handheld console from Nintendo is going to get. Like if the Switch in its current state can play games like decently modern games, what's the next one going to do? I'm very curious to see how that's going to do.
Yeah. Mike, Shaq, you guys got any thoughts on the potential Switch 2 and what's going on with it?
I'm pretty curious on like what the Nintendo Switch 2 is gonna be, since like I own a Switch, but it's like with Switch 2, I don't know how much horsepower that's gonna be. Like I don't know whenever they're gonna announce that, so like we'll see what happens. I mean, like it's a grain of salt. It's a grain of salt for now, so we don't know what we're gonna be expecting for like Nintendo Switch 2. We don't even know. Yeah. That's pretty much how my thought is.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Switch 2. I love my Switch. I was playing it yesterday. I'm big on like the portability and like just, you know, laying on the couch. Like my Steam Deck I use every single day. So I'm definitely excited for the Switch 2. I think they're probably going to do something a little different this time and maybe use like add a bunch more hardware to like their dock system, so that they have maybe like a higher quality like output or like better processors or something in there, because games are only getting more, you know, demanding for a lot of these consoles to run optimally. So I think they're gonna have to like step their game up to compete with all of these other consoles, especially, you know, we're about halfway through the current console cycle with the PlayStation and Xbox. We probably won't see another one of those until.
I mean, there are already rumblings that they're getting ready to release the next Xbox and next PlayStation. There are already rumblings about that already.
Yeah, they're saying 2026, 2027 maybe. So we're a little over halfway. They're gonna need to have something somewhat comparable, I think, if they really, you know. But then again, Nintendo doesn't really compete with, you know, Microsoft and Sony.
They're in their own corner, their own little market.
They're in their own, they're in their own market, and they don't really compete. Like, they still sell an insane amount of consoles. They have their whole, you know, base solidified. You know, it's like Disney almost. Like, Disney has a whole market cornered, and that's kind of like Nintendo. Nintendo has its own market cornered, so they can really do whatever they want. They can just they can phone it in with a whole nother console, and people are still going to buy it. It's going to sell like hotcakes. And but I think if they want to continue the success that they've seen with the Switch 1 and the OLED and all the iterations of it, they need to step their game up a little bit when it comes to hardware. And I think the only way that they can do that is maybe having a whole new, like, reimagined docking system, because we know the games always hit. The games are always great on Nintendo, but it's about like the, you know, graphical fidelity, the optimization of them, especially with their recent releases like the Pokemon games and Zelda. The new Zelda supposedly had a lot of optimization issues because of like their lack of like hardware. So we'll see. We'll see, but I'm definitely excited for it.
Now, what's interesting too is that we're seeing a lot of like reports and remakes on the Switch as of late, and coming out this year. I bet there's gonna be a lot more coming, and I think on the next Nintendo Direct they're gonna announce a whole flood of remakes and reports coming to the Switch.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they're doing. I think we're gonna see like the end of Switch, like first party Switch games, but we're just gonna see remakes because they're getting ready for the next Switch. So I don't know, Joe. You got anything to?
Yeah, I agree with Shaq that they're going to have to do some hardware. You know, they're going to have to ramp it up a little bit. They do well with their own franchises for the most part, but when you're trying to port something that's originally on another console and port it over, it seems to have a horrible drawback. So they really need to kind of ramp that up so that it can kind of match the fidelity that you're used to on the other console. At the same time, it is very mysterious what they do because they literally can do anything. So you kind of have to look at how tech is progressing and what they can grab a hold of and everything. They kind of grabbed the whole tablet-esque thing with the Switch and everything, so they kind of have to go with where the tech is going. That's usually their thing.
I have two prayers though. Hoping that the Elder Gods hear my prayer, and one is backwards compatibility. Hopefully you can still play your old Switch games on the new Switch, but faster.
Yes.
2, Switch Online is amazing.
Yes.
Hopefully Switch Online transfers to the Switch too, because the Switch Online and all the retro games on Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, and Sega Genesis, like hopefully that it's still on the Switch too. They don't like start over. Hopefully that transfers over.
It carry over.
Yeah, and it's kind of another segue to what I was going to say for my second point was the online multiplayer and everything is kind of lacking in that department. I hope they kind of ramp that up
to flesh that out,
reach the same level. And dude, if they market this right and they call it the Super Nintendo Switch, I will lose my shit.
That would be amazing.
They need to do that.
With the Super Nintendo design, I will lose my shit.
Oh my gosh.
That would be
Nintendo
awesome.
Super Switch.
Super Nintendo. Just give me Super Nintendo Switch and then call it a night. That's it.
Super Nintendo Switch.
I mean, I have hope. I do. I mean, historically speaking, Nintendo's been pretty good about backwards compatibility because, like, the Wii U played Wii games, the Wii played GameCube games. So hopefully, like I said, you can still play Switch on Switch 2, whatever it's going to be called.
I think you'll be able to.
Switch on Switch 2.
Yeah.
Like I said, fingers crossed. All right.
Hope so.
But anyway, we'll wrap it up here, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us again. If you're new to NerdCage Live, please hit that like button, subscribe, and please subscribe to all these fine gentlemen here. The links to all their platforms are in the description. Not only that these guys are fantastic content makers and streamers, they are fantastic friends, and I'm the luckiest nerd on the planet to be working with them on a frequent basis. Also, before we go, please go to our TeePublic, link in the description. Get yourself a NerdCage Live t-shirt. We got all these crazy designs available. Be sure to pick up yourself a NerdCage Live t-shirt, any size, any color, men's and women's. Whether for your skinny booty call or fat fuck, big or small, we love them all. We go from small all the way to 5XL. We also have hoodies, magnets, tote bags, coffee mugs. Hell, we even got NerdCage Live pillows. Way better than my pillow. It's the best goddamn pillow in the world. Don't tell the RZA about this design. And of course, we're huge Mortal Kombat fans as well. Be sure to get yourself a NerdCage Live t-shirt. God, it's great quality. I'm not just saying it. I wear it at the gym. I wear it at work. Get it. You can get one for your player too. You know, whatever it may be.
Signed a shirt.
You did?
Yes. Yes. And Joe designed. Joe, show it off. Joe, show it off.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So be sure to get yourself a NerdCage Live t-shirt. You're going to love the way you look. I guarantee it. So that being said, we please ask you to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and spread that shit like syphilis. So you are safe from yours truly, Syracuse, New York, Arlington, Texas, New York City, Phoenix, Arizona, all our friends and fans around the world at NerdCage Live, Round 1 Podcast, WilldBand, and Mad Mike 54. As always, enjoy life. Stay safe. Eat your vegetables. Do your push-ups. Go to the gym. All that good stuff. And we will see you Monday for Dune Part 2 spoiler discussion. Everybody have a great week. And God bless. Good night. And stick around for our awesome promos and get trapped in the cage, motherfuckers!
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match!
Shoot the J, Joe. Okay. Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe. It's all about you. Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful.
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster. Oh no, Joe. The galaxy's doomed because of you.
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo, that's diabolical. Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live. Ooh, trying to get out of the nerd cage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about NerdCage Live!